Welcome into CEFQ Arena. I'm Dane, Dreyfus, joined by Blake Beauregard. We're getting set for a match between the Illinois State Redbirds and the Northwestern State Demons. Blake, what are we going to need to see today from the Northwestern State Demons if they plan on taking a win from the Redbirds?
Well, they're going to have to lean heavily on DeMarcus Sharp. He's one of those guys who's a transfer from the Missouri Valley Conference, coming from Missouri State. He leads the team in assists right now with 4. The offense runs through him.
Absolutely, the Northwestern State Demons being from the Southland Conference. Let's focus on the team from the Missouri Valley Conference and the Illinois State Redbirds. What are we going to need to see from them if they want to take a win today?
Well, Kendall Lewis, of course, leads the nation in rebound with 41 through the first 3 games, but I want to talk a little bit about how last season he had 30 steals and 30 blocks. He's only one of 30 MVC players since 1993 to post those stats, so he's one of the special guys here who's sort of expanding his bag of tricks.
He's definitely been impressive so far this season. Tip-off comes after this quick break. You're watching The Valley on ESPN.
Their head coaches in their inaugural season. It's the visiting Northwestern State Demons and Corey Gibson visiting against the Ryan Peden-led Illinois State Redbirds here in Normal, Illinois. I'm Blake Beauregard, joined alongside by Dane Dreyfus for today's matchup. And Dane, if Northwestern State looks to bounce back from that 69-67 loss they faced against ISU, who are they going to be looking to leaning on today?
They're going to be looking at senior guard DeMarcus Sharp. He currently leads the team, averaging 4 assists per game. He's going to have to distribute the ball well if they plan on taking a win back home to Louisiana.
And for ISU, their coveted blooming superstar Kendall Lewis leads the nation in rebounds with 41 through the first 3 games. What other tricks does he have in that bag of his?
You know, he's a do-it-all player. He's good at cleaning the glass. He also can score the basket very well. He's a really good player. He's going to be the focal point of this offense for sure. Don't expect him to be near the leaderboards towards the end of the season. Just being a 6'8" forward, usually you like to see your big men leading the way with rebounds, but he really can do it all for the Redbirds.
And with that being said, we're getting set for action here at Redbird Arena. You're watching The Valley on ESPN.
Number 23, Legend Jeter, is the one that's going to get it inbounded. Still a full court press for the Redbirds. They're going to kick it over to Amani Bates. Bates back over to Lovejoy. Lovejoy organizes the offense. Lovejoy kicks it over to Amani Bates. Amani Bates down low to Jeter. Jeter's going to back down Knight. Knight gets a hand on the ball. Jeter keeps backing him down, takes him to the rack.
Offensive rebound, good defense.
Great defense as McChesney gets a hand in. Sandage is going to pull the ball and dribble it up court. He's going to get a screen from McChesney. Ball goes over to McChesney. He's going to slice it through to Burford. Burford with a great layup.
What a pass.
Great pass from McChesney, 7-5. Eagles lead the Redbirds. Number 10, Orlando Lovejoy, is going to take the ball up the court. He's going to give it over to Jeter. Jeter's going to do the same pass over to Farrakhan. Farrakhan's going to miss that mid-range jumper as Seneca Knight grabs the rebound. Seneca Knight takes up the court with speed, finds McChesney. McChesney for 3. Not going to hit it wide right. Buford, great offensive rebound. And a foul.
The Redbirds are really crashing the offensive boards. It's really good to see.
Fearless, like Davion says, and then Noah Farrakhan's going to take his first foul of the game. 3rd team foul for Eastern Michigan. The Redbirds haven't fouled yet. Nice to see as Sandage is going to inbound it over to Kendall Lewis. Kendall Lewis over to Knight. Knight takes it inside. Knight's going to put up a J. He's going to make it. We're tied at 7 apiece as Noah Farrakhan takes the ball up the court. Farrakhan gets a screen from Jeter, takes it back over. He's going to look, fake it over to Jeter, and a block by McChesney.
Leads to Trenton Massner, and now we'll reset.
Would have really liked to see Petrakis grab that board instead of go for the tip in there. I think he would have had time to regather himself and put that one right back up for 2.
Massner fakes for 3 and sends it inside, and how about another 2 for Quinlan Bennett? He's getting it done in the paint as of late. And now up the court again is Darius Burford.
Really tough to see, especially on that last point. I noticed something. Emily Weber, I've noticed over the course of the season, has like this signature play where she does a backward set over to the other side and usually finds a little area of court to put it where the other team is, and she wasn't able to do it as the Panthers sniffed that out right away.
That backward set that almost looks like she's setting up her teammate that just barely sneaks over. It's such a dominant and it's such a great play to use, and as a service
are there. I wouldn't say necessarily MVPs of the team, maybe best newcomers, but you still got Katie Weimer-Skirch and Sarah Kushner leading the way. But I couldn't agree with you more with Reagan Haith. She looks like she's an absolute stud in the making. And there was something about the energy of the team on Halloween weekend against SIUC they just looked fresher. They looked better. Their only loss was in the third set, which was honestly, they lost on kind of a controversial call, which I believe it was an attack error that they said went out of bounds. I don't think it did. It was 25-23 on that one, but overall in the sets, they just dominated. And then the fourth set, when it came down to brass tacks, I believe Katie Weimerskirch had 3 service aces against SIUC, and the team just looked dominant. They were definitely carried by some of your younger players in Ada Shadowell, but then you had Kalia Club, who also had 15 kills. She's a junior. But this team's got building blocks, and there's a lot to look forward to this upcoming weekend. I believe Nora Yanka is looking for her 1,000th assist as well, which she'll be trying to record tomorrow. Me and Tim Zalbeck will be on that call.
Timmy.
But, a little Timmy Z action, friend of the pod. But honestly, this team, I don't want to write them off yet. There's a lot of volleyball left to be played. If they can qualify for this Missouri Valley Conference tournament, they might be a force to be reckoned with. They're getting Kendi Hilliard a little bit more involved in the offense too, especially as the game ends. Remember asking Allie Matters if that was intentional when Sarah Kushner was hurt? She said, no, the ball just kind of finds Kendi, and you know what? She's never afraid to swing at it. She does get a little over aggressive sometimes and puts it in the net, but you know what? When she gets full force on that ball, no one wants to be on the other side of that net.
That was a common thing that was happening